The 2014-2015 Aston Martin Vanquish. The Aston Martin Vanquish made its official entry to the Grand Tourer market as a replacement for the aging Virage in 2001. Designed by Ian Callum, the man who also penned the gorgeous Jaguar F-Type, the Vanquish was launched with a 5.9-litre V12 rated at 450 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Production of the first-gen model ended in 2007, when the DBS rolled out as a replacement. Based on the DBR9 race car, the DBS featured the same engine, but output was increased to 510 horses and 420 pound-feet. The Vanquish name returned for the 2012 model year as an evolution of the DBS. Inspired by the exclusive 177 inside and out, the new Vanquish kept the company's proven 5.9-litre V12, now squeezing no less than 565 ponies and 457 pound-feet. Going into 2015, the Vanquish remains basically unchanged inside and out, but receives an extensive drivetrain upgrade that includes a brand new autobox and minor engine tweaks. Although output gains are slight, the coupe's performance has increased dramatically, as the 2015 Vanquish ascends into a league reserved for sports cars that can return 3-second 0 to 60 sprints. How quick is the updated Vanquish and what's new for the 2015 model year? Read on to find out. Update February 15, 2013, Aston Martin has unveiled yet another cool video for its latest Vanquish supercar, this time presenting the engineering behind this incredible Super GT. Enjoy. Updated 6 August 2014, Aston Martin unveiled details on the 2015 Vanquish, which will be put on sale in the third quarter of 2014. The main addition for 2015 model year is a newly developed Touchtronic 3/8-speed automatic transmission. Details after the jump. Hit the jump to read more about the new Aston Martin Vanquish and decide for yourself. Exterior. As expected and promised, the exterior of this new Vanquish steals a few styling cues from the 177 supercar. As expected and promised, the exterior of this new Vanquish steals a few styling cues from the 177 supercar, but there are no drastic similarities to make this appear like a baby 177. Thank you, Aston Martin. Starting at the front end, you will notice that there is a completely different front lip. Aston did away with the gaping mouth look that the 2012 DBS had and replaced it with a lower lip and a small rectangular mouth that will likely act as a front lip spoiler. The 2012 DBS features rather svelte air dams on either side of the front fascia, whereas the new Vanquish will feature larger air ducts, giving the front end a sportier, racing appearance. The headlight assemblies appear to be very similar to the 2012 model year, but the new Vanquish's headlights look to come to a harder point on the front, giving it a meaner look, and of course they are featuring LED lights. The hood is also a similar shape to its 2012 counterpart, but the hood on the new Vanquish has nostril-style heat extractors that sit further apart from one another. Short of the nostril repositioning, the hood is nearly identical between the old DBS and new Vanquish. The Vanquish's exterior remains unchanged for the 2015 model year, save for the new 10-spoke, forged alloy wheels. The front fenders seem nearly identical to the 2012 model year's fenders and feature the same heat extractor split in half with a chrome strip that runs onto the front part of the door. The most obvious difference down the side of the new Aston Martin Vanquish is a low indentation, reminiscent of the indentation created by the heat extractors on the 177, on the front fender, door, and rear quarter panel. This definitely gives the new Vanquish side profile a lot more character than the 2012 model year. The roofline on the new Vanquish is slightly revised, as it features a little higher peak, which is likely to help increase headroom, but it quickly slopes back downward and finishes in the same fastback-like manner as the 2012 model year. The rear quarter panel arches are slightly more aggressive, giving it an appearance closer to the 177 supercar. The rear end is the most redesigned part of the new Vanquish. The first notable difference is a significantly larger and more aggressive spoiler than the one found on the current model. Aston Martin did us all a huge favor and eliminated the god-awful and overused clear taillights in favor of more traditional red ones, but the overall shape and design of the taillights is the same as on the 2012 model. You will also find that the rear bumper and exhaust exits are far more refined in the newest rendition of the Vanquish. The rear bumper actually is complete, as opposed to having the plastic insert that the 2012 model year does, and it features two cutouts where the exhaust pipes protrude. New for 2015. The Vanquish's exterior remains unchanged for the 2015 model year, save for the new 10-spoke, forged alloy wheels. Available in a bevy of finishes, the new shoes are more than just a visually enhancing accessory. Weighing nearly 15.5 pounds less than the standard wheel, the alloys add to Aston Martin's effort to further reduce the coupe's overall curb weight. Aside from the wheels, the Vanquish gained new paint color options. The new palette includes the spectacular Diavolo Red, a color previously limited to the V12 Zagato. 2014-2015 Aston Martin Vanquish, exterior dimensions. Interior. Aston Martin opted for an all-new interior using features and technologies from the 177 supercar. The new Vanquish will be offered in both 2+2 or 2+0 configurations and features a newly designed and significantly more spacious cabin and a boot that, at 368 litres, is more than 60% larger than that of the DBS. Aston Martin opted for an all-new interior using features and technologies from the 177 supercar. The new Vanquish will be trimmed in fine Luxmal and semi-aniline leather and Alcantara, all hand-stitched, while the center stack was inspired by the 177 and features a new infotainment system and improved usability. Carbon fiber is among the many options customers have when designing the interior of the Vanquish. New for 2015. Cockpit updates are limited to new trim color options. The blue-black Dark Knight combo and Fandango Pink are among the new leather trims customers can wrap the Vanquish's cabin in. All at extra cost, of course. Drivetrain. It is well known that the engine will be the same 5.9-liter V12 setup that the 2012 model year utilizes, but with mild modifications. With these mods, the V12 engine will produce significantly more power, 565 HP at 6,750 revolutions per minute and a peak torque of 457 lb-ft at 5,500 revolutions per minute. As a result, the car will sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds and up to a top speed of 186 miles per hour. The engine is mated to a Touchtronic 2.6-speed automatic gearbox that ensures some of the most impressive performance figures. New for 2015. For 2015, Aston Martin dropped a brand new transmission in the Vanquish. The new unit enables the coupe to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour half a second quicker than the 2014 model. For 2015, Aston Martin dropped a brand new transmission in the Vanquish. The new unit, a Touchtronic 3.8-speed automatic developed in cooperation with ZF, enables the coupe to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour half a second quicker than the 2014 model, reducing it from 4.1 to only 3.6 seconds. Top speed has also increased, with the Brits claiming the Vanquish can reach 201 miles per hour. More good news come from the fuel economy and CO2 emissions department, as both figures have seen significant improvements. The Vanquish guzzles 7% less gasoline and emits about 10% less carbon dioxide. Sure, the V12-powered beast is no Toyota Prius, but these improvements are essential considering the restrictive regulations that are looming in. Speaking of V12 power, the engine received a couple of tweaks of its own. A revised exhaust and a reconfigured engine management system add 3 extra horses and 8 pound-feet of torque to the already powerful mill. The 5.9-liter unit now delivers 568 ponies and 465 pound-feet of twist. Granted, the update is far from being impressive, but the new gearbox saves the day by slashing 0.5 seconds off the Vanquish's 0 to 60 mph time. 2014-2015 Aston Martin Vanquish drivetrain specifications. Suspension and braking. The quicker 2015 model year Vanquish is being kept on its best behavior by a set of uprated dampers, which are 15% stiffer at the front and 35% stiffer at the rear. Aston Martin hasn't released any information on the suspension and braking systems yet, so we anticipate that the new Vanquish will ride on the same chassis as the current DBS, giving it the same braking and suspension systems. In that case, the suspension will be an adaptive damping system. The front end will feature an independent double wishbone-style system with an anti-roll bar, monotube dampers, and anti-dive geometry, which prevents nose diving on hard braking. The rear suspension will be essentially the same setup as the front. The only difference would be the geometry of the rear suspension, which is set up to reduce squatting and lifting, thereby increasing acceleration and grip, and keeping the tires on the ground. The front brakes feature 6-piston calipers that squeeze onto 398 mm 15.66-inch carbon ceramic ventilated discs. The rear brakes have 4-piston calipers that squeeze 360 mm 14.17-inch carbon ceramic ventilated discs. As expected of a high-performance luxury ride, the DBS includes an electronic brake force distribution system and traction control. New for 2015. The quicker 2015 model year Vanquish is being kept on its best behavior by a set of uprated dampers, which are 15% stiffer at the front and 35% stiffer at the rear. The new dampers improve the dynamic characteristics of the car and, in conjunction with a revised steering EQ, helps return better handling. Additionally, the Vanquish received a retuned brake booster and redesigned rear suspension bushes that are 20% stiffer than its predecessors. Pricing. In Europe, deliveries will begin in late in 2012. Prices will start from £189,995, which is about $297,000 at the current exchange rates. For 2015, pricing will be unveiled towards the end of the year, when the updated Vanquish is scheduled to arrive in dealerships. Competition. Jaguar Xkrs. Although there's a huge pricing gap between the two, the Xkrs is what we like to call a traditional competitor to the Vanquish. Its smaller, 5.0-liter V8 engine is powerful enough when the British Grand Tourer wears an S badge on its trunk, and its design is equally menacing, albeit not particularly enchanting. With 550 horsepower and 501 pound-feet of torque on tap, the Xkrs screams from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 3.9 seconds. Quicker than the Vanquish until 2014, the British feline will have to step out of the way in 2015 as far as performance figures go. Its 6-speed automatic transmission is capable of sustaining a top speed of 186 miles per hour, which also lags behind that of the Vanquish, now able to roar up to 201 miles per hour. The bad news is that the Xkrs won't live beyond the 2015 model. On the other hand, you can snatch one for as low as $132,000 before it goes out of production. It's not cheap by all means, but definitely affordable when compared to the Vanquish. Maserati Gran Turismo. The Gran Turismo may be a little slow for the Vanquish, but it's a Grand Tourer we simply can't ignore. Like the Jaguar, the Gran Turismo also uses V8 power in the shape of a 4.7-liter block. Mated to a ZF 6-speed automatic, the mill churns 454 ponies and 380 pound-feet of torque, a respectable figure given the trident on the front grille. Able to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds, the Gran Turismo is a full second slower than the Vanquish. As far as top speed is concerned, customers will have to settle for 185 miles per hour. Far from impressive when compared to the mind-boggling 201 miles per hour that come with the Vanquish, but it's not like you're getting up there on a daily basis. Pricing for the 2015 Maserati Gran Turismo begins from $126,500, relatively affordable to what Aston Martin is asking for the Vanquish. Ferrari F12 Berlinita. On the more extreme side of the Grand Tourer market lies Ferrari F12 Berlinita. We say extreme because this prancing horse comes with no less than 740 horsepower and 508 pound-feet of torque, which are enough to obliterate anything in its segment, plus a various selection of supercars. The output comes from a 6.3-liter V12 engine connected to an F1 dual-clutch transmission and pushes the front-engine Ferrari from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. Top speed sits at 211 miles per hour, making the F12 Berlinita one of the fastest vehicles on the market. On the outside, the F12 Berlinetta screams supercar, whereas the Aston Martin is more of a luxury sports car. That's not to say that the F12 Berlinetta is a better looking car, it is just more muscular looking than the Vanquish. All these feats come with a hefty price tag, as the F12 Berlinetta fetches well over $300,000. The Aston Martin Vanquish doesn't sound that expensive now, does it? Conclusion. For a buyer that prefers sleek styling and a luxurious look and feel over pure unadulterated muscle looks, the 2014 Aston Martin Vanquish is the way to go. If you prefer the muscular look, then the way to go is the Ferrari. As we said, pricing is still unknown, so that may ultimately make up your mind. What we do know is that both the Jaguar Xkrs and the Maserati Gran Turismo are more affordable, albeit less powerful. If money is no object and you're not a huge fan of British craftsmanship, then the F12 Berlinetta is your best bet. Love it redesigned without killing the DBS's looks more power. Brand new transmission for 2015. Leave it could have used a little more design changes, drastically less power than the F12 Berlinetta.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.